Hello, Morongo Basin. This is your Z107.7 local news for Sunday, October 8th, 2023. Black Rock Campground is sometimes described as a hidden gem for locals. Although it's primarily a campground with 99 campsites available and the only RV camping in the national park, there are a great mix of hikes that have trailheads that start out of Black Rock. The High View and West Side Loops are a pair of trails for beginners and advanced hikers, and during the cool weekday mornings, they're usually empty and quiet. The High View Trail is a short 1.3-mile loop with some gentle elevation changes, going up about 400 feet and giving you views of Joshua Tree Forest and the Morongo Valley. This hike is ideal for a short jaunt in the morning, or if you have members of your hiking crew that want to hike with minimal challenge. The High View Loop will reward you with some fantastic views for a trail that only ventures about a mile from the parking lot. The West Side Loop starts at the same trailhead, but it's about 5 miles with almost 800 feet of elevation gain. It takes you deeper into the park, and it's great for those looking to get their heart rate up while taking in the surrounding beauty the hills have to offer. I went out earlier this week and hiked both, and returned with this field report. It's yellow flower season at most elevations, and at the trailheads, which sit at about 4,200 feet, blankets of cinchweed cast a golden hue as the morning light raked across them. The trailhead and trail crossings are well marked by the National Park Service, and the High View Loop can take you anywhere from an hour or more, depending on your pace. As you climb at elevation, the fall foliage opens up and the purple takes over. Fields of fringed amaranth gently swayed in the breeze while I was there, looking like otherworldly wheat fields. Paper bagbush was also in bloom with its delicate pale purple globe-like flowers. The West Side Loop snakes in deeper into the northwest hills of the national park, with a few offshoots taking you to the National Park Service border. The longer loop and rougher terrain are worth it, with cozy canyon views and active wildlife in the quiet hills. While High View Loop is mostly soft sand and granite trails, the West Side Loop will have you navigating rockier terrain with a few scrambles through some washed out sections of trail. On my hike, I spotted a long gopher snake sunning himself on the trail, and birds were active, like Anna's hummingbirds singing their distinct songs from their perches in some pinyon pines. The fall flora's abundant bloom showed the rewards of a wetter year, and although it has cooled down since the summer, both the High View and West Side Loops are exposed hikes with minimal shade and spotty cell phone coverage. So treat them like you would treat any hike in the desert. Bring plenty of water and let people know where you're going, or better yet, invite them out to hike with you. Black Rock Campground is easy to get to, just up Palomar Avenue or Joshua Boulevard, depending on your approach. It doesn't cost anything to park and use the trails, and the Black Rock Nature Center sits in the middle of the campground with some shady spots to sit and visit and plan your activities. The National Park Service has a great app that lists all the trails you can hike in Joshua Tree, and Black Rock also hosts Panorama Loop and Warren Peak trails, both on my fall hiking list and subjects of a future field report. You can visit this story at our website for pictures from these hikes, links to the National Park Service's app, and websites for Black Rock Campground. That's all at Z107.7fm.com. And that's your local news. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.